This is my audience. I'm sure many of you have heard of autism and have either encountered or know someone with the disorder. Today, millions of Americans have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, and that number continues to grow. Today, people still do not have a full grasp of what autism actually is. Some people believe that if you are diagnosed with autism, it could be the end of the world for you. Other people believe that people with autism should not be able to live independently. I have lived with someone who has autism for 12 years now, and I have watched him continue to grow, and even with the obstacles that are put in his way. I also have two parents who have worked in the medical field, and my mother also worked with children with disabilities. Today, I will be giving you a better understanding of autism. First, I will explain to you what ASD is and how it affects people. Second, I will explain to you the autism spectrum and how different people are placed on it. And finally, I will explain to you that people with autism can still live independently without other help. First, autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. People with autism normally have repetitive or inflexible patterns of behaviors, interests, and activities. These people also have trouble with social interaction. There are 3 different levels of autism. Level 1 describes those who are more high functioning. These people may not outwardly show signs of autism and can live independently with minimal to no support. Level 2 describes those who have difficulty communicating in socially acceptable ways and need more substantial support, while those with level 3 really struggle with self-regulation and they need highly substantial support and probably will not be able to live independently. People can be diagnosed with autism at various different ages, ranging from a young age to older age to maybe not even being diagnosed at all. But in today's day and age, autism diagnoses are caught at a very young age due to professionals now knowing what signs and symptoms to look out for. However, autism is not a one-size-fits-all diagnosis, which is why scientists and doctors have developed a spectrum to determine what level of autism someone may be diagnosed with. My mother's favorite quote about autism is, "Once you've met one person with autism, you've only met one person with autism." Autism never affects 2 people the same way. That is why it is a spectrum disorder. The autism spectrum was created to help determine one's capabilities based off numerous factors, such as communication skills, social skills, sensory needs, and the ability to perform activities of daily living, or ADLs. Based off these factors, professionals can determine one's correlating level on the autism spectrum, which is split into 3 parts, levels 1, 2, and 3. In addition to these levels, there is also an autism savant. These people exhibit extraordinary skills in certain fields, such as math, memory, or the arts, such as music. Based on where they place on the spectrum, people may or may not be able to live independently. Level 1, they would be able to live a normal life, while those in level 2 and level 3 may have to require support throughout their entire lives. There was once a common misconception that people with autism had to be put in institutes to receive care. People believed that people with autism did not belong in our society, but based on efforts from parents and professionals alike, that misconception has now become a thing of the past. As I once said, people with autism can break barriers and even rise to the top of their respective fields, such as Dr. Temple Grandin, who is now an advocate for animal welfare and autism awareness. Also, Anthony Hopkins, who is an Oscar-winning actor who is also open about his autism diagnosis. Susan Boyle, who made a name for herself on Britain and America's Got Talent as a singer, and more recently, Cody Lee, a blind and autistic musician and singer who also made a name for himself on America's Got Talent. On the other hand, there will be people with autism who cannot live independently, and throughout their entire lives, they will need support from either parents, siblings, or any other caretakers. and they will not be able to live everyday lives and do everyday things such as drive a car, get married, and have kids. Today, I explained to you the autism spectrum and how it affects people. I also explained the autism spectrum to you and how different people place on it. And finally, I explained that people with autism can live independently even if they have such an autism disorder. I enjoyed speaking to you about this issue, and I hope that you have gotten a better understanding of it. Still, there will be people who will never understand autism fully. Thank you.